I have a confession to make. I abandoned this rooftop sky garden for a whole week. I can't wait to show you guys how it looks right now, the updates that I have done around here, and we are going to be doing a legit mini harvest. So let's start the video. For those of you who are new here, hi, I'm Wendy, and I recently started a rooftop sky garden up here in the middle of summer. If you want to check out how I've put this together, I have created a whole series. I will link it down below for you guys. But just a little recap, the previous episode, I think I was showing you guys that I finished up with the drainage system around here. I got all the pipes in so that everything can drain down to the lower garden. But after all that, I have planted a few more things up here, kind of slowly transitioning into the autumn season. I even finished this arc trellis, because last time I think I showed you guys that I was putting this together. So this is all complete now. So I got the loofah vine here. This one voluntarily grew from seed downstairs, so it was a perfect timing putting it up here. I hope that we still have enough time for to get a couple loofahs out of this vine, and we'll see how many loofahs we can push out of this and growing it in a 7-gallon grow bag. There's 2 female flowers here. There are some male here as well. Look at these flowers right there. I just potted this one up today. There's 2 bitter melons in this 5-gallon pot. I'm just kind of pushing it since, you know, the cold days are ahead, so I don't think they're gonna get too big. These bitter melons have been downstairs and I didn't know what to do for a while, so they're sort of like the rescue plants right now. This is the sugarloaf pineapple, the one that I did a video on before. My friend sent it to me from Hawaii, and it's getting bigger. And as you can see, I got irrigations now. This was definitely the top of the list of things to do because I recently went to Baker Creek for their fall harvesting festival. I was one of the speakers there, and it was so much fun. The next one's in April, so hopefully I'll see you guys there. There are 2 types of irrigations that I have up here, or 2 watering systems. One of them is the one that's on a timer. I'm getting it to water 3 times a day. It's actually operated by a solar water irrigation timer. Here we go. Got water, yay! These white eggplants are looking so much better also as soon as I put in the irrigation, because the Oya was feeding it really well, but as the plant actually grows up, it's requiring more water. And so someone suggested to double it by turning a water bottle upside down to you know, increase the volume of this water. But you know, I don't have to do that anymore because I have the irrigation on. As soon as I got the irrigation on, the plant just looked better, beautiful again. This one has some catching up to do, but it's looking better as well. Super cool, right? It's such a relief to know that it's on solar, and it makes perfect sense being on the sky garden that there's so much sun up here. I love that when I check the app, it would tell me I have like 98 or 100%. It's always at around like, you know, like upper 90% full. So always on full charge. So cool. The water timer was sent to me by Lumery. Thank you to them. I've been enjoying it so far. It's so easy to install, and it's got 4 zones. That means I can really play with this thing, guys. For more, you know, in the future, I'll be able to set up a whole other irrigation for maybe misting, so I can grow some a little more tropical things, or to keep the lettuces cool or something. It'll give me a lot more options. And then the second way I water up here is by using these Crescent Garden self-watering containers. It fills up like quite a bit of water up here, guys, and it would last me about roughly more or less 6 weeks long is sort of the average. It is on the rooftop. In the winter, maybe it'll last a little longer, but summer, I'm not too sure. I guess we'll find out, because it's really hot up here in the summer. But yeah, this thing would allow my plants to wick up as much water as they need, so it's really cool. I also put in, you know, some soil conditioning. I dilute some worm casting teas in here, so every bit that these plants drink up is filled with nutrients. I've been really loving this system. It's easy to use, easy to install, and the plants are looking phenomenal. Let me show you the other one. I tested out doing 2 different brands, like products of these soil conditioners, and check out that, you saw that one, right? Check out this one here. This one, I actually planted up a week after that one. And these ones look more crappy when I started planting it in. I wish I took a picture to show you guys, but I was almost like embarrassed of showing because they look so bad. I left them in those 6-pack containers, and it was still really hot at that time. So they were in such terrible condition. I really should have taken a picture so I can show you the before and after. I didn't mean to do this experiment. I somehow just ended up doing that because I just poured in some of the nutrients of whatever I had laying around, and so I ended up having 2 different brands of products, 1 in each container. But you can see the huge difference here. See how deep purple this is? And the stems are so like lime green, is so beautiful. The leaves are huge and so leathery. There's no pest here. It's so awesome. These dwarf dianthus also grew taller. They're getting shaded, I know. Where is this one? Actually, it's getting a little bit of purple here. I don't know if it's getting slightly more sun or it's just a little more stressed. The leaves are just like firmer. There's also a little bit of like pests, like some sort of like aphids in here. I hosed it off earlier. But yeah, this one was developing a little bit of aphids. The dianthus didn't really grow that much, just a little bit. And this one. But yeah, it's crazy. I think they both get the same amount of sun though, because everything on the rooftop is in full sun. And this other one that I got planted in here, this one is just a regular container. So the same type of soil, different types of containers. This one I also water with the VermisTerra Vitality. And I am affiliated with them, you guys. So if you're interested in checking that out, I have a promo code. I'll link it down below for you. They are one of the garden conditioners that I've been using for the past, I don't know, 2 to 3 years now. So I use that like on pretty much everything in the garden, but I also have some other products that I wanted to test out and just had laying around. Why not just use them up, you know? But I'm glad I did that because then I wouldn't have known the differences between different products. And you can see how deep this purple is. They were both planted up at the same time, so this one actually looked pretty terrible too when I first planted in. This one I just planted in today. When I first planted this and the other container up, they look kind of like this, but a little worse. So yeah, I'm just kind of having them alternate like that. So I'm gonna finish up alternating here. So I got everything on irrigation right now. It's not totally organized. I just needed everything to survive while I was gone. I just drill a hole on the side here about 1 inch up so that the water would overflow and leave so they won't drown the plants. But this is not looking very pretty, you guys. I need to remove them from the water. I just sort of created this flood area for these plants for the time being, for the time that I was gone. So this is all temporary. Speaking of flooding the trays, I also added a valve for each of these flood tables, these large trays, just in case if I want to flood the entire tray, I have that option. It's this one here. You just go like that and it's locked, and that would mean this tray, if I want to fill it up a little bit or flood it, I have that option. Now I'm just going to release that. So then now this runs all the way down to the lower garden. Oh, and the bitter melon, you guys. Would you look at that? There's another one here again coming, growing. So cute, guys. I love how bitter melons look. These are one of the, oh, there's 3 actually. These are one of the easiest trellises to put together, you guys. So easy. I picked it up on Amazon. I just wanted something really quickly that I can put up so that these bitter melons have a home. These are obviously not the most sturdy thing in the world, but they do the job, especially for light things like some smaller, you know, or pickling kind of cucumbers or these bitter melons that have such delicate vines. I think they work perfectly for them. Got these goji berries, but they're not quite ready yet. I really like them when they're a little dehydrated. That's when they're sweetest. Oh, and then there's this other self-watering container that I put in. There are some black aphids on this golden zucchini, so I need to take care of that. The sweet alyssum really have grown really well in this container. But yeah, I think it's time to do some harvesting. Thank you. It's a little buggy, but that's okay. I'm thankful. Okay, don't mind me. I'm getting a little cold. That's the thing about the rooftop garden. It's colder than downstairs when it's cooler, and it's hotter than downstairs when it's warmer, like during the daytime. Go ahead and harvest this one. Gosh, I don't want to harvest all of them. I feel like I should wait for a couple to be golden. What do you guys think? Let's just go ahead and harvest this one. There it is, my very first bitter melon and a legit size harvest on the rooftop. Thank you plant. Let's go on and harvest the next one. Okay, let's go harvest a few more things. The acerilla is also ready. Look at that. Thank you. So tiny, but so precious. And I think we should let's give these dianthus a little bit of sunshine, don't you think? Love marigolds. Did you guys know that marigolds are edible? So there they are, my very first harvest up here on this rooftop sky garden. And I'm so thankful to have this and to be able to share this journey with you guys, to show you how it's done. Be sure to check out that whole series to catch up, and if you're curious about how I have put this all together. You guys, I have to admit, I was so nervous about this, you know, at the beginning, and now I think the big things, the very technical stuff, are pretty much done. There's a few tweaks here and there, and a couple more irrigations that I need to finish for the other 2 trays up here. But other than that, I think I can just focus on just growing and maintaining the plants up here. So yeah, thank you all so much, you guys, for joining me on this episode, on this journey, on growing on this rooftop with so much sun up here. I'm really excited about what I can be growing up here, especially in the winter. But anyhow, thank you so much, you guys, for tuning in. And let me know in the comments what you guys are going to be growing this winter, or if you can't grow anything in the winter, what do you look forward to growing the next growing season? If you'd like to support this channel, go check out wendiland.com. I got some plants and seeds in my garden shop. Also, just hit that like and subscribe button. That would also really help me out. And that's it. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys in the next one, the next video. Bye.